Ah, hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and today we're going to take a look at the Annis ZR350, retailing at a price of $1.2 or $1.6 million, and it sort of looks mean and cute at the same time, sort of cuter than a kitten with a cutlass, you know? Okay, we're going to take it out of the street and see how she handles. Okay, acceleration, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is the unupgraded version, but it's slower than a paralyzed potting plant, you know? Okay, we're going to check out the handling. We're trying to avoid this gun. Sorry, hell, that went right. Okay, I'm hitting the wall. Bloody hell, right. Okay, this is sodding awful, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, absolutely bloody awful, ladies. I mean, it's sort of more uncontrollable than a Scotsman at a free bar, you know? Sort of heavy, wallowing, the back end wants to come away on you. Either way, we'll check out the top speed, ladies and gentlemen, coming down these hills. And yes, it's about as fast as a beached whale. Okay, so really not good there, ladies and gentlemen. The acceleration is lacking, the top end speed is lacking, and the handling is far too wayward, ladies and gentlemen. It's too slidey. Well, we'll check out the traction anyway, and yes, no surprise there, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Yes, that's the problem with the cornering, ladies and gentlemen. It's got absolutely no solid traction. It's going to slide away on you, no problem whatsoever. Okay, well, have a look at this top end speed once more, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we are absolutely crawling along there. I mean, it really, it's just not got anything mind-bending going on there. The handling, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, okay, if we brake heavy enough, we can get round without the back end kicking out. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Straight out of the box, as they say. What do we think? Not impressed, ladies and gentlemen. Did sort of have high hopes for this particular vehicle, but yes, it does seem to be rather lacking. So we're going to take it on inside, ladies and gentlemen, into the custom auto shop. The base bang offices here. We're going to take it on into the custom auto shop and have the vehicle upgraded. Okay, so here we go, going on inside, and here we are. Right, okay, in the custom auto shop, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as always, we will be going through this section of the video at double speed, you know, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, but still provide you with the opportunity to have a look at the different modifications that can be affected to this vehicle, should you choose to go ahead and purchase it. Now, as this isn't the full-length review, in fact, I think even the full-length review, we went ahead and cut out certain modifications, ladies and gentlemen, related to performance, the transmission, the suspension, the turbo, the engine tuning, that sort of thing, just in the interest of brevity, to keep this section as short as possible. After all, no one wants to spend too long in somebody else's custom auto shop watching them modify their vehicle. Okay, well, be that as it may, ladies and gentlemen, what can we say about the Annis ZR350? Well, I pretty much said it already, haven't I? I did have high hopes for this particular vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. It sort of looks mean, looks like it's based on the Mazda, you know, so you think, well, it's going to have to be good, ladies and gentlemen, but it turns out, straight out of the box, ladies and gentlemen, it's not particularly impressive. However, many of these vehicles, ladies and gentlemen, are significantly improved in terms of their performance by the upgrades that you apply to them. So we can only hope that, this particular vehicle is one of those. And we are now actually at the colors. We are changing and going through the different sorts of colors, and that indicates that we are approaching the end of this section of the video, and thank God for that. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is now the Annis ZR350. It has been fully upgraded across the board, and we're going to take it out into the street and see how she handles now that she's in a better condition. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. What do we think? Acceleration, I mean, it's still, you know, it's lacking, ladies and gentlemen. It's as lacking as any explanation that Jeffrey Epstein could ever have offered, you know. The top end speed, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's less impressive than a talk on health and safety by a fire eater with third-degree burns, you know. And in terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's more slippery than an Englishman's promise, you know. It's just absolutely shocking. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm afraid it hasn't been much improved. Top end speed obviously is now slightly better, but it is at least going along there. But generally speaking, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, what it's really got going for it is looks, you know. I mean, it's sort of cooler than a polar bear's ball sack, but there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's about the only thing it's got going for it is style. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of handling, top end speed, acceleration, and traction, absolutely ruddy awful. Okay, well, be that as it may, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to, of course, take it on up to the top speed test track now. We have gone ahead and cut out there. If you want, you can go to the LS Street Meet, you know, and put on the low grip tires, but I wouldn't advise it. Okay, so what we consider to be a competitive time down here is 54 seconds, and what we're going to get out the Annis ZR350. Okay, 57.52. Okay, I mean, it's not competitive, ladies and gentlemen. It's on the outside edge of competitive, to say the least, you know. But we're going to put it up against some of the cars and see how she handles. Now, this is the Fister Growler, ladies and gentlemen, a recent release by Rockstar. I believe it's retailing at $1.2 1.2 or 1.6, so a very similar ballpark, ladies and gentlemen, to the ZR350 here. So we're going to see now what the Annis can do stacked up against the Fister. So okay, that's the Growler, and that's the ZR350 behind it. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, and there's the Growler disappearing off into the distance as well. How about that? So absolutely shocking, and yes, really rather disappointing. Okay, so the next vehicle we're going to bring out, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of Mr. Raccoon's favorites, don't you know? This is the Benefactor Schlagen Gt, again in a similar sort of ballpark, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of price. This is $1.3 million, I should say, for the Benefactor Schlagen, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll also take this opportunity to point out all of the other vehicles are going to be driven and are being driven by Mr. Raccoon. You know his name is the Bromby. He has a channel of his own. It is called the Bromby. If you'd have that into YouTube, you should go and find him one. It's got some rather good videos on there. Okay, well there we are, ladies and gentlemen, the Benefactor Schlagen Gt absolutely demolishing the Annis ZR350. Okay, so now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring it on, and this is the Banshee, ladies and gentlemen, the Bravado Banshee 900R. I believe it's about $105,000 for this particular vehicle, and it's something along the lines of $500,000, ladies and gentlemen, $565,000, something like that, to have it upgraded to the 900R. When you do, ladies and gentlemen, give it a super class, and it's going to absolutely monster the ZR350. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. It's absolutely destroyed it. Let's be perfectly frank about these things, disappear across the line miles ahead of it. So yes, another failure for the ZR350 then. It's becoming somewhat of a trend now, isn't it? So the next vehicle that we're going to try, ladies and gentlemen, once again in a very similar ballpark, this is the Annis Euros, retailing for a price of $1,350,000. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it's between that of 1.2, 1.6 sort of price range there, ladies and gentlemen. Now the Annis Euros, ladies and gentlemen, we've not tested yet, but Mr. Raccoon assures me it's a shockingly awful car. You know, he absolutely laments having purchased it, and yet it can still, ladies and gentlemen, get round in front of the Annis ZR350 there, and disappear some way into the distance. So yes, like I said, it's much like the Previon, ladies and gentlemen. It would appear that this Annis ZR350 is going to lose to absolutely sodding everything. So we're not going to mess around, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to wrap it up. Now, this is what we like to refer to as a serious contender, ladies and gentlemen. You may well be surprised to find out that this is the Benefactor Serrano, retailing for a price of only $110,000, ladies and gentlemen. Can be found in the legendary motorsport web page right towards the bottom, and it's the cheapest benefactor you can buy on there. It is, as I say, ladies and gentlemen, the bottom end sports benefactor. It's remarkably cheap for the money, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not aware of the Benefactor Serrano, well then you certainly are now. Okay, so the next car, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be what we refer to as Big Daddy Z. This is the Benefactor. No, it's not. This is the Pegassi Zen Porno, retailing for a price of $725,000, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to make absolute mincemeat of the ZR350. Okay, so what can we say, ladies and gentlemen, that we have not already said about this particular car? It is an utter shocking disappointment, ladies and gentlemen. It really is absolutely useless, you know. And to think of the sort of money you're paying for it, the sort of cars out there you can get for it, I mean, there's so many better cars you can go. Really, it's a waste of time. Okay, so there is only one more question left now, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that question is the Grotti Itali RSX, and it's going to, of course, it's going to be, yes, the RSX is going to beat the ZR350. Okay, so like I say, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this car, the ZR350, what's it got going for it? Looks, ladies and gentlemen, it's more stylish than a poke dog and a fedora, I'm sure you'll agree. Unfortunately, that's all it's got going for it. The acceleration is as disappointing as a Christian rock concert. The top speed performs as well as an ice skater on stilts, and it's about just as stable as that. And handling, ladies and gentlemen, it's more wayward than a drunken teen at a hippie festival. So yes, what can one say about it other than that, ladies and gentlemen? Is it worth the money? No, it is sorry not. You know, just like the Previon, ladies and gentlemen, this car really isn't worth the money. Rockstar have been releasing a lot of cars, and some of them have been very, very dodgy in this update. I'm afraid this is one of them. Sorting hell, bloody Raccoon. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you very much for watching.